What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Veterum. This is the newest game from the developers of a title from a long time ago called War Banners, which was a fairly in-depth, large-scale, turn-based, hex-based strategy game. They're back at it again, making pre-rendered sprite games that look straight out of, like, Lords of the Realm era, and honestly, I'm here for it. I'm excited by that idea. So we're going to dive on in and take a look at this Steam Strategy Festival demo. Steam Strategy Festival has really been kind of devoid, in all honesty. There hasn't been a whole lot of stuff on there, but then again, I feel like that's kind of 2023 gaming in general. It's just been kind of slow and dead all year. It's been a good AAA year, but as far as indies and stuff go, I feel like there hasn't been like a defining game. Like last year there was kind of like Loop Hero, you know what I mean? And like everybody was all about Loop Hero. That was the thing that dominated the headlines. Like, you always have, like, the big game of I call it the anchor game, like the game that ties down the entire year. We haven't had that yet. Haven't had that in 2023, but I guess there's still a couple of months left. So let's go ahead and take a look at Veterum, see if it's something you wanted to play for yourself or something that you would enjoy. You can find the link down below. This is a publicly available demo that anyone can go download right this second during the Steam Strategy Festival. You can also find a link down there to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live. But let's hit it. So what's happening right now? This is the opening fight of the game. I'm actually going up against a whole bunch of bandits that are in the woods. The Lord of the Realm has given me a task to go patrol and make sure there's no criminals running around all over the place causing problems, doing criminal guy stuff. Well, it looks like I don't have an angle from right there. Don't think I have an angle from right there either with my archers, but I'm trying to get everybody bogged down because each of my little sword guys, they've got like a formation phalanx ability that basically gives them like a much higher chance to dodge or avoid enemy strikes, so long as they stay adjacent to one another. We also kind of want to make use of like dog piles here and just really try to manhandle the enemy before they regroup and they actually smash into our lines together. One damage has gone out to my man in the foofy hat over there. That guy went in for a stab but missed. Dog came up for a bite but unfortunately went away hungry. Unfortunately for the dog, not really unfortunate for me. I'm glad that my calf is not making up that guy's dinner. Let's have a look at this corpse over here. Yeah, they've even got pre-rendered little dead bodies right there that they can put on the ground. Definitely a very old school styled game. It kind of takes me back to like Heroes of Might and Magic 3 era, I guess, or as I said, like Lords of the Realm or something along those lines. It's definitely got kind of like those very old school influences to it. I guess I'll stab the dog. I'm going to feel bad about it, though. Man, these guys are folding right now. Looks like we've got a chance to hit our own guy right there. What if I fire that way? What is the chance that I'll hit my own guy? I mean, it looks like he looped it over the top just fine, but it definitely put like a little red target on my guy when I tried to fire over the lines. I was trying to see if it played by like Battle Brothers rules. So if you're playing a Battle Brothers and you have like a line formation, you have archers in the second rank, they can fire over and ignore the unit right in front of them, but if it's like two in front of them, it'll have a chance to hit them. So it's assumed that they can kind of like peek up over shield walls and fire, but it looks like this assumption does not exist in this game. Let's go ahead and manhandle this guy real fast. There we go, a little bit of damage going on out. As far as I can tell, I played through the first mission or two prior to the recording of this episode. And so everything is explained and presented in ways that you would more or less expect. Characters have morale, characters have HP, they have energy, they have mana if they are casters, they've got action points that they can utilize. They also have different like perks and traits and things that they can do up here. So for example, my archers can swim. I don't know when that's going to be situationally useful, but it looks like my archers have the ability to go for a nice, pleasing, pleasant summer swim, just in case it gets too hot on the battlefield. It looks like they also have a perk called Slow Attack that makes it take 4 AP for them to fire their weapon, rather than 3, which is what I think it takes for everybody else. I think we got a shot right there. Archer eked out a kill, and that leaves us with one singular bandit. I would just like to say, though, that these bandits have very nice headdresses. Therein lies the secret to banditry, in my opinion, having like a really nice hat. And so we've won the battle. At the end of the battle, everybody's going to get their XP. I would recommend that they add some kind of like meter behind the name or something right there that goes tick, 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 tick when you get done over here so that you can kind of like visualize how long it's going to take you to level up. Although I don't even know if leveling up is really like a thing. They do have leveling right here. So it looks like you've got to spend XP. So maybe it does fill in. I forgot. The XP in this game is like tokens. So XP doesn't necessarily build up to a level up. XP is kind of like generic job points from something like Final Fantasy Tactics, where a character that has like 50 XP could like upgrade a stat or something without going up to level 2. And then I think the amount of XP that you've dedicated up until that point dictates what level you actually technically are. The beginning of the way is successful, so there's $100 right there. We've got one quest at the moment. That quest is to patrol the roads north of Helmgard, and it looks like we don't really have a time limit on that. We can do it as much as we want, but what you're going to want to be careful of is that, like, everybody inside your party right now, so this is going to be our troop management for kind of like the strategy RPG portion of the game. There's so many pop-ups, man. All right, all the pop-ups have been taken care of. You can kind of organize your ranks, and you can move guys around here if you want to. There's also training protocols that you can do. Yes, okay, I don't think I need that much help. It's fairly bog standard stuff, I think. But we've got, you know, you can get health +1 on this character right here if you dedicate 60 XP, and that's how they develop. It looks like there's also going to be a bigger number of kind of like perks and things that you can play around with on this side too. And it looks like we have skills and spells. So for example, this guy can learn to breathe, and he'll regenerate 8 stamina on his turn. So there you go. Just in case you've like used up all your stamina, he can call down like a lightning strike. Okay, we gotta try that out. Gotta have the lightning strike, man. That's that bog standard wizard stuff. But let's tappity tap our little guy around here. I love the animation on this map part of the game. How like this little stone token like bounces and kind of like moves its hands inside of its robe. Looks good. So we've got a mission over here. Let's see if we can undertake it. The village greets us with the cries of fleeing peasants. There are spiders! My imagination is not enough to imagine a more vile creature than a huge spider. Luckily, they almost never leave the woods, and I'm not too fond of walking in the forest. This game is like auto-translated as of right now. I'm guessing the localization is going to be like a Final Pass type thing for the title. But at the moment, on the opening menu, it was pretty clear about the fact that the game originally comes in Russian, and then from there, the English translation is like a machine translation that's like a work in progress. So I'm guessing they're going to like finalize it later on. Let's go ahead and we will put in our ranks down here. Get our shield wall going. I do like that I get to deploy at the beginning. That's nice. It's got all of our guys facing. I don't know if facings are actively going to matter in this title. Let us begin the great and powerful battle against the spiders. And we get to move like our entire party all in one go, in case you were wondering. So this is not a game with initiative where people take a turn, and then the enemy gets a turn, and then somebody else gets a turn. You get to move the entire war party in this game, and then the enemy gets to move all of their guys. And so just kind of get used to the flow of that. Little guys moving around. Okay. Spiders only hit for like 4, so that doesn't look too bad. It does look like they're kind of bearing down a bit, though, on these guys over here. Let's set up on this side, I guess. And I'm going to start moving my warriors kind of out this way. I think I can get an archer in right there to fire between that crack. And so the archers will support up top. Do any of these guys have to survive? Okay, so the villagers are not my problem. Nobody cares about the villagers. Being poor is what it is, man, throughout all of history. It doesn't matter if it's medieval fantasy, the modern world. The peasants are largely disposable. Oh, the spiders get like a double bite in there. Yeah, the first peasant is dead to the spider. Okay, let's move you over to here, and we'll take a swing right there. They have made baseline contact, which is perfectly fine. You move down to there and get ready for some kind of conflict. So this destroys all potions from the enemy and causes bleeding at the start of its turn. We can also gut shot an enemy, a successful hit where 7 stamina of the defender. Can I see how much stamina they have? Oh, really? Okay, so I can like bankrupt somebody's stamina by shooting them low. I don't really care if I accidentally hit the peasants. They're like not my homies, so meh. If they go down, they go down. We'll kind of move that guy. Oh, that guy was smart. He bailed. He was like, nah, dude, nah. I mean, if I see a spider the size of a Miata, I think I'm out too. I don't think that's necessarily kind of like beef that I want to inherit. Like, we'd have to be really, really good friends for me to even remotely consider helping you fight a spider that big. Oh, we got some serious poison on us too. Our psyche has been damaged. I should have shot him in the gut. That probably would have been better. Can he move around and actually, like, is that a traversable tile right there? It's kind of hard to say. You can destroy the environment in this game. So if I wanted to, I can target these trees. I can target barrels. I haven't found any particular use of that function just yet, but it is possible that it may become useful at some point. It just hasn't been utilized in the 1 or 2 missions that I've played so far. Like, I haven't had to take, you know, a wizard and, like, light a red barrel on fire and then spread the fire around. But in some of the trailer shots that they had, they were creating firewalls and things that they could draw on the map using, like, oil and stuff like that. And so it appears as though environmental interaction may end up a big focus for this game. Oh, you missed it, huh? Yeah, it looks like I gotta destroy that spider web before we can kind of, like, snuggle on in. You can't see from right there. Fire that shot right there. They're hitting, like, a weird amount of shots from this distance. That's all, like, it keeps saying they have a 40% chance to hit, and yet they keep hitting, like, back to back to back. So while the dice are hot, we might as well keep on shooting. See? Another 40% downrange. See? Like, it's still, we're not hitting our own guys, so why worry about it? Over here, please kill him, for the love of God. Big-ass spider has been slain, and the world is a much safer place. Except for that peasant right there is not a much safer place for him, because he's already dead, and nobody cares. That guy's running. I guess I'll move up to here. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'll do it. Let's get into shield formation, and it looks like I think we killed off all the spiders. Doesn't look like we really got too much XP. I'm guessing XP is probably awarded by kills, not like contributing to a kill. Yeah, it looks like they don't really get like assist XP. Oh, look, we've got like a helmet down here. It's an artifact type thing. It's a artfully chainmail. It looks like a coif. I'm guessing that hasn't it's probably like an artfully made chainmail coif. It looks like Turins can wear it, and it looks like it gives you slashing protection. It's worth 80 bucks. Let me see if I can throw it onto somebody. We got another 100 bucks right there. And then we've got to go to Forlich. All right. What do I do with this thing right here? Do you just like equip it right there? Yeah, you do. So it didn't adjust our tooltip or anything right here when we put on the helmet. So I'm guessing it's applied like after the hit has been rolled. And only against specifically, because if I go down through the list, you can see here that different guys have different types of damage. And so I'm guessing that you're armored against like general damage, and then any specialized damage is added afterwards. So we've got 8 days of damage to our psyche. That's unfortunate. Let's maybe go, I don't know if I should fight another fight. The forest is on fire. Maybe we'll just keep him kind of like in the reserves. So we've got hunt down enemies, and we've got forest on fire. Okay, the entire horizon is shrouded in smoke, and it seems that the depths of the forest I see reflections of flame. Some trees are slowly moving in our direction. There are a few ents, but my fighters are frozen in indecision. Come back later, I guess. Let's do hunt down the enemies. There are no safe places in the world. Somewhere very close behind the bushes, behind a pile of stones, or behind a fallen tree, robbers or bloodthirsty monsters are waiting for the unwary traveler. Do you want to spend a day to hunt down enemies? Yeah, we might as well. It's kind of like our job. Press the attack. I mean, it's why we're up here. It says right there on the tooltip. It's like, hey, go fight. Oh, my God. Listen, I loaded my save because that was way too many frogs, all right? There is such a thing as way too many frogs. I guess I'll go with forest on fire, and we'll try to protect them from the ents. But that was way too many frogs for me. So there's an explodey barrel right there. What do these guys do? They have 21 HP. We're going to have to glomp on them pretty hard. Wow, they have so many little traits and things. They can't be stunned. That's a lot of stuff that you've got to read. As much as I like the icons or whatever. Wow. Might want to come up with like a text list or something that you can look at and quickly like eyeball. I don't know. That's a tough one. We'll put you in right there. Let's go ahead and form up on a shield wall because they all get bonuses for doing it. So ideally, we want to keep the archers together at all times. Is there anything stopping me from just camping these dudes out? Okay, yeah, a little explosion going off right there. Good to see some dynamism in the battlefield. I like that. Let's go ahead and march these guys a little bit forward. We'll put the archers sort of in like a float position, I guess. Oh, you can fire at him, huh? I mean, send it. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, it looks like they do prioritize kind of like hitting the line where the defensive bonuses will be the lowest. It does look like units block passage right here too. So let's go ahead and rotate a little bit, because I would like for him to end up right there so that we get the triple evasion bonus on that side. There's not much else that this guy can do, but I'm sort of okay with that. Ow, that hurt so much. Okay, we got bonked. We got bonked real good. Let's put a little bit of damage on him. Ooh, he's resistant to piercing. That's going to be a problem. I mean, we landed all of our hits, though. We landed all of our hits. Yeah, maybe keep it pinched back here, I suppose. I don't know what he's going to do, but these guys have a lot more HP than I thought they were going to have. Oof. Oh, man, got crunched. He's picking up all kinds of wounds, so he's got broken ribs. Yeah, there definitely seems to be kind of like a Battle Brothers influence here that they're playing around with. I do very much hope that they'll lean into that. I think that's a really good idea. I think Battle Brothers should be one of the most aped games in gaming, and for some reason, nobody ever does. I think Battle Brothers is one of the finest strategy games ever made, like, period. Like, hands down. I don't think that I would... Oh, my God. He crushed my guy. Okay. You step into his position then. What else can we do? I could shoot him low, I guess. How much stamina does this guy have? 27. It's not going to be worth it. Let's just do the normal surround and pound here, because I think we do have damage superiority, so long as we can survive another round or two. He got a big block off right there. That's good. What did that little icon mean? So there was a little icon that popped up that had a bunch of swords on it. I love the fact that you can zoom in too, and like the little units, they don't really lose that much focus on their pre-rendered sprite. Ow. Oh, did his morale break? Is that what happened here? Accuracy, -5 to mana. Yeah, it looks like his bravery tanked out. Obviously, this is not ideal. Like, I definitely need people to kind of like, you know, step in line. It looks like everybody's kind of wavering a little bit right now. I don't think they should be, though. Like, I feel like we're doing okay. They're missing an awful lot. So does he recover his morale ever? I don't think he recovers his morale. I get the feeling we're going to want to wrap this up pretty soon, if we can manage it. There we go. The enemy's been slain. All nice and complete right there. And honestly, it's not that bad, because it allowed some of the guys that didn't get a chance to really level up to level up a little bit further. If my eyesight doesn't fail me, the forest fire flares up from several paces at once. You're going to need to report the arson to the master. All right, well, I just wanted money. So we've got our crowns up there. Let's go ahead and cruise back this way. And I'm guessing we turn this in Helm Guard. So there's miscellaneous. Make a donation. To improve your relationship with the town, you can donate some gold. To improve the relationship by 5 points, you will donate 100. Okay. Return to Cronenberg. Oh, Cronenberg's like way down there. All right. Hopefully we don't get attacked on the road or anything. I do like that it's opening up various locations right here. And I do like these little coins that they've got indicating locations as well. Definitely a step up. Like, they've made the game purtier since War Banners for sure. For as long as I can remember, Bertrand de Tremel, master of the Order of Gatekeepers, has always been gray-haired, tall in stature, coupled with a natural thinness, give the master a sickly look. However, at the age of 55, de Tremel can still skillfully handle a sword. The master received me personally, but does not show much interest in the report. I have another task, to go to Talaves. The governor asked the Order of Gatekeepers to help with the appearance of the walking dead in the vicinity of the city. Okay, well, hit me with the monies. And then, are there things that I can do inside these towns? I can. There we go. So we can hire mercenaries. So it looks like we've got brigands. It looks like we've got peasants. I wonder if I can field all these guys. If I take people to the town, reasons to stay in town, attitude towards the undead. Interesting. So you can, like, garrison your units and let them heal up if they're, like, super wounded. So there's a number of different functions here at the tavern, up to and including just, like, leaving them behind. And then you come back for them later and they get, like, a lot less, I guess, pay. Wide number of consumables here. Everything from, like, random summoning scrolls to curses to health potions to morale potions, things like that. I think the mercenaries are what we're going to need the most. Like, we need mercenaries pretty badly. These guys right here kind of suck. And I think that when someone routs, it, like, super rout. I think it affects everybody else, just like it does in Battle Brothers. Like, if one guy chooses to run, like, everybody around him has to make a morale check. Apparently, it took off his item, too, in between combats. I don't know why it would do that. As far as training goes, I don't think I have enough XP on any. I got enough XP on you. With how bad morale fell apart last time, I'm actually kind of tempted to get, like, more morale. Then again, hitting harder would be really, really nice, but that's, like, super expensive. Okay. Calm. You do not lose morale and mood when ambushed. Yeah, that might be nice to have, too. I see a number of things inside of here that I'm, like, stoked about. If nothing else, let's go ahead and we'll pick up a swordsman. A swordsman. These guys, from what I saw, had 2 range. They were able to attack from, like, further back. And so it might not be a bad idea to grab 2 of them to just kind of be, like, in the back line on deployment and, like, stab over the top. And so we do something like that right there. Now, obviously, this guy's all kinds of scuffed, so I think he's going to have to stay home. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to go too much further. But these guys right here, these mercenaries that we've picked up, I would like to add to their strength, please. Hit harder for me. The magnitude of the damage caused by an attack. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I want these dudes to chunk a little bit harder. I need his morale penalty to go away. But it does look like they have... So I thought these were like resistances, I guess. These are attitudes, I suppose. Like how much they like certain races. So some different people will like dwarves, will like elves, so on and so forth. Based on like their experiences, I guess. That's actually like fertile territory too. This definitely has like a little bit more of a generic, it's like Battle Brothers, but the characterization of the characters isn't quite there yet, you know what I mean? They don't have like the random portraits with the random hairstyles and like the random faces that they can have and like the random titles and stuff that they can have. I do think that for a game like this, absorbing some of those really good ideas from Battle Brothers is going to be a good idea. Let's move back over here. Honestly, I just wanted to jump a day for a second because I wanted him to heal off the thing that was wrong with him. This guy's still got crappy health because he's got broken ribs. So I'll probably try to keep him like out of the thick of it if I can manage it. We went to Talavez, so here we go. It looks like the governor has driven the city guards out into the streets and borrowed 50 loyal soldiers. There was the feeling that the city is under siege. Dialogue with the ruler of Talaves did not go well. The governor ordered me to cross Vukaila and clear up all the lands to the dead river to the undead, and I tried to explain that the order of the gatekeepers is not subordinate to the king, less so to his deputies. We parted coldly, but we still have to go to the dead river. There was clear instructions from Master de Tremel to help Talaves. Yeah, they're definitely going to want to hire a writer, or at least like a really professional localizer. Because once again, games don't play in a vacuum. Like, games are, you know, they are in competition with other games of similar types. The scouts, yeah, forward to battle, let's fight them. Like, you are in competition with games of similar types. And this seems like a larger scale Battle Brothers, maybe, with magic and like mages and stuff inside of there. but you will be in competition with that game. That's just kind of the way that it goes. And so incorporating the good ideas, like one of the really underrated things about Battle Brothers, is how good the writing is. The writer that they picked up for that game is a professional writer who writes books, like professionally, like fantasy books and whatnot. And that's why the writing ended up being so good for all the little intermissions and whatnot in that title. Why are we fighting with paladins? Shouldn't they be the good guys? I loaded a save, and I went back to a different town, and they've got, like, a priestess over here, and they've got, like, a halberdier. I don't know, I felt weird about fighting paladins, man. It made me feel like I was the bad guy. The downside is I can't really pick up more of the soldiers that I already had, but we can rearrange our lines a little bit just to give the spearmen a better shot. And then we've got, like, a halberdier guy right here who looks pretty dope. But I guess I'll take, like, the Lobi soldiers if I can. We just need our army to be developed out a little bit better. I don't know if these peasants are ever going to be good either. They've got a really, really low attack. But they can stab over the top of the front lines, which pleases me. So we've got new missions over here. It says there's a bandit camp around. Let's go murder the bandit camp. Sounds easy enough. When is the best time to attack? Let's attack with the dawn, I guess. We have a lot of archers in our constituency, which makes me think we probably need them to be able to use their eyeballs. It doesn't look like bandits. This looks like paladins again. Concern, worry, terror. We've also got like a tight deployment down here. We're going to have to like rearrange very carefully and take our turn in like a specific order to get everybody into a good fighting line, I think, without being overrun. Yeah, our lines are a mess right now. It's okay. I think we've got a bit of a gap before they get to us. Yeah. So let's just fight them in the open field over here. We'll pull down this way, and we'll just kind of like assemble the shield wall right here. It's not perfect, but it will work. You go ahead and move in right there. You move down here. You guys start fanning out, and we'll kind of like fill in that little gap right there and plug it. You swordsmen go around for like a flanking strike, because I don't know if we get any kinds of bonuses or anything for flonking. But if we can flonk these nerds, that's what I'd like to do. Yeah, this is Veterum. It's the new game from the developers of War Banners. Just in case you were wondering. If you'd ever played War Banners before, it's a very, very unique strategy game that I covered a long time ago when it first came out. And I thought it was alright. Not too bad of a little game if you wanted to play like a hex-based, large-scale war game, effectively, that really, really allows you to play with a lot of units and a lot of things going on, while still having some customizability in there that you would find in like smaller-scale RPG strategy games. And so I liked with War Banners the RPG elements and things like that they got folded on into it. And I'm sure that this game will end up being kind of similar. Looks like they're drawn in right there. I think we got this. I'm a little bit worried about the halberdiers and like how painful it's going to be to run face first into them. But I think if the flanking force can group up properly, these guys are all getting defensive adjacency bonuses, it'll probably be okay. And then these guys get to get peppered. Do I still have a unit up there? I was going to say, it feels like I'm missing an archer. I was missing an archer. Maybe a little bit of occlusion for units that are behind trees and stuff too, so that you can see them. So have the trees fade out so long as there's, you know, guys behind it. That would probably be good. But yeah, my name is Splattercat. I'll catch you tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Thanks for hanging out, and that's about all I got.